Okay, today we are talking about MAC address and ARP. MAC address simply means media access control. Now, when we say MAC address, what do we actually mean? MAC address is that physical address that is attached to all devices that want to communicate or that want to connect with one another, most especially in a local area network. So it simply means your phone, your wristwatch, and all those IoT devices that you are using at home, they all have MAC address. And the purpose of them having that MAC address is so that they can be able to communicate with those devices around them. So that is the essence of MAC address. So MAC address is just like an identity that is actually placed on every devices so that they can be able to identify one another in a local network. Now, what are the things that MAC address can do? Number one is that MAC address help devices to identify one another in a local area network. Number two is that it also helps the switch to know where to send data. Let's say, for example, in an organization, 50 computers are connected to one another. So with the help of MAC address, if one of those devices want to send data to another device, with the help of MAC address, that device will be able to locate that other device that is sending the particular data to. So there will be no misconfiguration so that the data can actually go where it's supposed to go. MAC address work at layer 2, which is the data link in OSI model. We are going to talk about OSI model in our next class. Now, between MAC address and IP address, which one change? Now, number one thing you need to understand there is IP address, which is internet protocol, usually change. Most especially the public IP address usually change. Why the private IP don't usually change? Now, does that also apply to MAC address as well? Yes, same thing. You see, in MAC address, we have two types of MAC address. We have hardware MAC address and we have software MAC address. Now, when we say hardware MAC address, this one is just like your original name, the name that they gave to you. Okay, let me use myself as an example. My name is Olalekan. That is my original name, right? Now, that is my what? That's my hardware MAC address. Now, my nickname is what? Is Lake West. Now, that Lake West now is what? Is the software MAC address. Now, tomorrow may come now. I may decide to say, okay, don't call me Lake West again. Call me Wilson. So we can see, I can change my software MAC address, but I can't change my hardware MAC address. So on Kalilinus, some people, most especially the ethical workers, whenever we are doing some penetration testing or some